Hello there, welcome to Critical Reviews. Today I'm taking a look at Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. "1968's Planet of the Apes is widely regarded as a classic movie. It doesn't matter that the rubbery face masks look silly now. The special effects were groundbreaking at the time, and the film's class has endured. That is the definition of a classic, something that is regarded with reverence throughout the years. Even though I only first saw the movie around a decade ago, I could tell that it was a superb movie, one for the ages. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, from here out referred to as Côte Potter, is not one of those movies. Credit where credit is due. Thanks to Andy Serkis's pioneering work in the motion capture industry, the titular apes have never looked better. There are genuinely moments where I was fooled by the special effects. This is a long way from the over-the-top video game nature of Godzilla x King Kong. This is CGI elevated to a new level, and it shouldn't have surprised me to find Weta Workshops in the credits. Assuming that they continued their relationship with Peter Jackson, the hunt for Gollum could be sensational. Andy Serkis is directing that film, so provided studio interference is kept to a minimum, I am hopeful for that project. Apes aside, the post-apocalyptic landscapes of human edifices overtaken by nature are sensational, and your eyes will drink in the vistas that you are treated to. I could not begrudge director Wes Ball his indulgences in this matter. He knows what looks good, and he puts it all on screen. This film is phenomenally good looking for its budget of $160 million, and it puts bigger productions to shame. That's not all there is to praise either. The performances of the ape characters are also excellent, with Noah, the main protagonist, being particularly noteworthy. As the simian cast is unveiled, they all impress to varying degrees, and all are relatable. Once I got over the shock of two of them having the same very uncommon name as two of our pets, Anaya and Suna, a rat and a desert gecko respectively, I became quite invested in their characters and fates, although they could have done with a little more attention and fleshing out, as is the case with most things in this movie. And indeed, more than anything else, Côte Potter's main problem is depth. Everything is sadly rather superficial. Opportunities for exploration of concepts, themes and philosophies are roundly ignored, being presented and then left fully unexploited, leading to a rather empty feeling overall. For example, the main drive of the film is Noah's clan's village being attacked and destroyed by other apes. This happens early on in the movie, so I'm not going to count it as a spoiler. The clan are taken as slaves, and Noah has to track them down to try and rescue them. It's a coming-of-age story, and although that element of it and Noah's journey is developed to some extent, there are so many more questions that could be explored. Are the apes becoming more human-like and therefore self-destructive? Is it in their nature to repeat the failures of the human race? Caesar, long dead by the events of this film, is almost a mythical figure by this point. His ideals have been twisted and his name is evoked in vain. This again could have been a pivotal point in the movie, this pseudo-religion found by this newly developed civilization, representing the very soul of the apes. But aside from a rather friendly orangutan called Raka, the concept is not explored. Even the main antagonist, Proximus Caesar, king of the hostile clan, is underdeveloped. Proximus is seeking to accelerate evolution through human technology via a vault to which he is trying to gain access. But although we are shown glimpses of the wider kingdom, we have no idea what's going on. Hierarchy, beliefs, culture, without these concepts being explored, there is nothing to grab onto. Proximus is superbly brought to life by Kevin Durand, and he really deserved much more screen time and exploration. It doesn't help that by the time he does turn up, midway through the second act, the film is already heading off the rails. Brings us to the biggest problem with this film, the humans. Now, to be fair, there are only two of them. You have the girl played by Freya Allen, who has been seen in the trailers. There is another character that I will not spoil here, but is reasonably low-key in the grand scheme of things. problem is that even though I would stop short of saying that she is a total Mary Sue, she does have a significant impact on the narrative. The actress does okay in the role, but the character itself almost derails the entire film. Bad enough they've made a major retcon in that now the virus didn't just decimate the human population, it made most of the human race little more than prey animals, and in fact in this film they act like grazing deer. Of course, even though the really badly written opening titles, you need to think Rise of Skywalker here, say that the virus dumbed down all the humans, it turns out it didn't really. Why? No explanation. And that could be applied to a lot of the film. It's just the way they are. There's no reason or explanation behind it. Accept it. Don't ask questions. Consume product. It's a hallmark of modern Hollywood writing, and the sad thing is that in this case it lets down what could have been a great film badly. Had Critic made the bold move of taking humans out completely, we could have had a really engaging, interesting film about the early days of the ape civilization and the inherent growing pains and struggles that such a young race would face. This focused approach would have provided something a little bit different, as much of this film feels like a retread of its predecessors. And had they made this step and explored some of those themes, then I might even have forgiven the film for its 2-hour 20-minute runtime. As it is, with the film being so shallow and superficial, really doesn't feel like it earns it, and the extremely rushed third act and desperate attempt to set up another trilogy feels tacked on and last minute. Overall, Critic is not a bad film by any means. It just massively underachieves the potential that it has. Visual splendour is all well and good, but large parts of this film are spent doing nothing to the benefit of no one. It's nothing compared to the 1968 Planet of the Apes. It doesn't even come close. And at the end of the day, the soul of the movie, the meat of the movie is missing. And that's a real shame. At the end of the day, I'm not angry, I'm just disappointed. I've been Critic. Thanks for listening. I'll be back with another review soon.